Hey everyone, welcome to From the Hangar podcast. I am your host, Lem Malabuyo, and this is episode 29. It's wild to think that we have done 28 episodes before this. It's pretty cool. And we are sitting in a hangar, like as we always do, but I always love to say that because it's such a unique thing that we get to do a podcast in a hangar. And we have a couple 206s behind us. And for our guest today, we have Deborah Edwards and returning guest Zacharie Francois. Thank you, Zach, for coming on again. Thank you, Deb, for coming on. And I'm just going to start off by saying that, Zach, you've been on this podcast again, or you have been on this podcast before, and you're on it again. But we know your story, so we don't need to. We're just going to skip right over you. I'm going to go to Deb. Deb, can you introduce yourself and just tell us about who you are and your role, and just how you got into missionary aviation?
Yeah, totally. Thanks for having us, Lem. This is totally great to be here.
Absolutely.
So I'm a pilot with Mission Aviation Fellowship, and I guess my journey started, when I gave my life to the Lord. I was 3 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember this question kept coming back to my mind, and it was how do you become a Christian? And I was I didn't really know what it meant. And I don't think I had that many thoughts back then, but this one kept coming back. And I was
at 3 years old?
Yeah. I was this keeps coming back to me. Maybe I should ask my dad about this. And I remember he looked really happy that I had asked him about it when I did.
That's cool.
And I was just why is he so happy? What's the big deal? And he led me in the sinner's prayer and everything. And obviously I didn't understand everything at the time, but I like to think that was my first step in my walk with the Lord.
Well, absolutely.
And growing up, my parents were involved in ministry and whatnot, and just kind of seeing their work and just the need for it, kind of the brokenness in the world, and knowing what I had in my relationship with Christ, I really just felt it laid on my heart to join in God's kingdom work in some way. Trying to reach people. I love the story of the one lost sheep Christ went to go find. And I really wanted to be involved in that kind of thing, but I didn't really know what that would look like. I was kind of an aviation nerd. My dad always watched documentaries with me, and I was airplanes are so cool. And I try to convince my friends that at school, and they'd just be oh, good for you, Deb. And I was so how does my passion for missions fit with this kind of almost obsession? And then my parents brought me to an aviation event at my home airport when I was in high school. And that was where I saw an MAF booth. And at that booth was someone who's now my boss, which is kind of fun to think
That's
about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask, where'd you grow up then?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I grew up in Kitchener, Ontario. So it's a city in Canada.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
From Canada. It's about an hour southwest of Toronto. So.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I didn't know we were going to have a Canadian on this episode, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we love you, Canada, and our Canadian donors.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. No, that's great. That's so cool.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'll try not to apologize too much. It's very cultural for me, but I know it's.
Well, so you said that you met who now is your boss. Who was there?
Yeah, Tim Bax.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny because I was this little girl, and now I'm
Yeah.
Hi, Tim. This is fun to be in meetings with you. So.
Well, I imagine it's always really fun when you see a child that you really connect with, and then you see them as an adult, and you're oh my goodness, you actually went into the same work that I'm with. That's just really fun when you can see that growing up. I mean, we even touched on that with your episode, right, Zach? And so that's so great. And so, but it was MAF always the org? That was the org that you wanted to join?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to get involved with Mission Aviation, and that was kind of the org that I knew the most about. After I met them at the airport, my dad knew them quite well because he was a Bible college professor, and he was
really?
I've heard this is a really good organization and whatnot. And I started going to these dinners that they had for people that were interested in mission aviation.
Oh, cool.
And my other now boss, Lowell Deering, I remember him saying that the airplane's the tool that we use to do the work. And really, the work and the love we show with it is the important part. And I remember like I didn't quite click it at that time. I was like, but the airplane is so cool. You know what I mean? It's like, it's
but
really
that's why I'm here.
not the most important. And looking back, I'm like, wow, that was so formative.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously that's how I see it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just kind of cool to grow up, I guess, throughout high school in that environment. And then, I got to the end of high school and I was going to go to university. Like I grew up in a university town. So it was like everyone went to university, everyone in my family did. And then I was like, I felt God being like, oh, do Bible school and flying and just don't get a degree. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds way cooler. But people were kind of like, what are you doing? So, and I was also like, how do I pay for this flight training? Because I mean, I can't do that. And I don't even know everything that's involved with it. And I just really saw God like provide every step of the way with scholarships or another job offer or a gift or something. Like it was like every time I ran out of money and was like, oh, I guess I have to pause training.
Yeah.
Something else would come up and I was able to
that is
continue.
So cool.
Yeah.
Man, what an amazing testament to just God's provision.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get you there. Okay. Well, so you joined MAF.
Yeah.
Where were you assigned then?
Yeah. So I like did some flying up north to get my experience and whatnot. And then initially I was asked to instruct at Prairie Aviation Training Center in Canada. They said, hey, Deb, we know you want to go overseas, but we really need an instructor at our program here. So I did that for a bit. And then I was assigned initially to Ecuador to serve. And that was changed due to the fact that they were having trouble getting people's foreign license conversions. There's just a lot of legislation and red tape on the way.
Oh, man.
And they had approached me and said like, hey, we could send you here, but you might not fly in your first 4-year term. So I was kind of like, well, as a pilot only, that might not make the most sense.
Yeah.
So, and that was when they offered me the Haiti program. So
then you went to Haiti.
That's right.
I mean, that's kind of why you both are on this podcast. It makes sense. So, I'm trying to navigate how to even segue into. Well, I guess you segued us into Haiti. So, Zach, I had you on the podcast before. Like I've said a million times already in like the 7 minutes that we've been talking. But I also had Dave Simon and Andrew Sutton on the podcast, and they talked kind of like in depth about the Haiti program. And at that time, you guys were working hard to begin reestablishing yourselves in the Haiti program, and that was probably 1.5 years ago that we had that podcast episode. Can you? Like Zach, how about you start off and just kind of like update us on how the Haiti program is doing?
So currently we are not operating. MAF has elected due to security reasons to shut down the program for 2 years. Yeah. So all the Haiti staff and all the aircrafts have all been pulled out of Haiti, and now we're looking at, I think the entire staff is looking at reassignments throughout other MAF programs in the world. Yeah.
And it was a long process, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys moved out of the capital, Port-au-Prince, and into a town called Pignon. And so it's not just like, oh, we're just gonna up and go here, and like there is an existing airport, but like you have to build the hangars, you have to build housing for the families, and like all that takes time, and you're not flying during that time because you need operations, you need the bedrock of all that stuff. So how close were you guys to actually getting airplanes into the air and flying passengers again?
We were close.
Yeah.
It's almost like by the time we were all out of the country, we would have been a couple weeks away probably to actually starting flying. Yeah. So we were close. And that's probably the hardest part about the evac is seeing how close we were after all the work that was done. Like I commend the Simons, the Suttons, for all the work they did with the school, the housings on campus, getting land to put the hangar, the well, the airports, and all these things. And
I'm so sorry, guys. Like, and I appreciate you guys letting me even ask questions about it, because I know that it can be really difficult to talk about. Like, how are you guys' hearts in it?
I don't know. I'd say mine is grateful. grateful for the time that we were able to be in Pillon and kind of see his hand still at work, not just through our ministry, but like through the other ministries that are there. And even though we've been in Haiti for so long, Pillon was just completely different. It was like moving to a new program in a way, and we were starting from scratch. Yeah. And there is a sense of adventure in that the whole team had. And I just commend the whole team for how well we were like getting implemented in the town, making friends, figuring life out. And so my heart is very grateful for all these opportunities. At the same time, it's like sad that, we didn't get there. But again, just grateful, I would say, is where my heart's at. What about you, Deborah?
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the time there too. And I do miss it though. Like it was, the people are beautiful. I mean, getting to meet Zach's mom there was amazing. And you could really see the needs there too. Yeah. And knowing that we were so close to being able to make a difference, it was hard to leave. But at the same time, I feel like, God brought us out for a time, and that he has a plan for Haiti, and Lord willing, we hope to be back when we're able to.
Yeah. Well, can I ask then, like the team decided to move to Pillon, right? Because the idea was that this is safe enough. Correct. Like what happened? Like,
So we had elected to move out of Port-au-Prince due to the gang activities there. Right. And Pillon has been an established mission community for years. It has an existing airstrip. Out of all the spots we looked at with our security firm, it was the better location to actually move to. And things were going great. Life was going great. Everything felt so peaceful. But then going to Port-au-Prince, you have Pillon, and then you have Hinche, and then you have Mibale, and then you have Port-au-Prince. And so Mibale was always one of our trigger points, and that is if the gangs attack Mibale, then we would have to evacuate. Okay. And it's not that the gangs decided themselves to attack Mibale. Mibale decided to stop the ammo and gun flow to Port-au-Prince, in addition of stopping the drug trafficking, because Mibale was like the corner. The four-way street that a lot of those things were flowing through. Yeah. So when the town decided to stop that, at the same time, the Haitian police was making quite the significant headway in fighting some of the bigger gangs in Port-au-Prince, which meant that they would need ammo, they would need more soldiers, and they need the cash from selling the drugs and whatnot. And so it kind of, Mibale kind of blocked the roads. And for 2 weeks before the gangs attacked Mibale, it's like life started changing them in Pillon. It's like we were not getting fuel. You could see a shortage of supplies and whatnot. And then when the gangs attacked Mibale, they took Mibale within 6 hours after the attack. It was like, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it showed how important Mibale, that trade route was for the gang, because they launched quite the massive attack. Against them. So even though we were not like in immediate danger from it, because we still had a town in between us and Mibale, which was quite a significant town too, but we don't move our trigger points. And the fact that they can actually come up to Pillon from Mibale within a couple of days was not the best for MAF to be there in Pillon doing all those establishing and building and whatnot.
Man, that's it frustrates me too. When we were starting to get news of that internally about some of the stuff, and just continue to pray for the Haiti team, continue for God's presence there, and it's this reality of the difficulties that MAF operates in these places, right? Like sometimes it just doesn't go the way that we hope. And we just have to trust God in it. And that can be really hard, especially when you establish relationships. And you see, like you said, like you guys see the need of an airplane there. Yeah. And you're there to meet that need.
Oh, yeah. And Pillon made it so apparent. So like we all lived in Port-au-Prince, so we're almost said spoiled by the quality of the roads in Port-au-Prince, especially the last few years. I remember my last year in Port-au-Prince, my tire never touched dirt road. It was all pavement. But then we moved to Pillon. I was staying on a campus with this amazing ministry, But to get to that campus, I needed mud tires and 4-wheel drive. Now, she enjoyed the 4-wheeling.
It was really fun. That's one of the highlights.
Mud tires and 4-wheel drive.
And 4-wheel drive to get there.
Just to commute from...
Yeah, and so it made it like very vivid because you always hear the stories of the missionaries you support and the difficulty they have to go through in order to serve. We were able to see it firsthand. Yeah. It's like, wow.
Yeah, and experience it.
Yeah. Totally.
And have some fun with it.
Yeah. Oh. Just Deb just like rolling around corners in mud, just going crazy.
It was kind of like driving in the snow,
Yeah, I can totally get that too, because it can be really fun. Like sometimes when in wintertime where it's like it's snowing and like you have this empty parking lot, you kind of sometimes you just kind of want to gun it and just turn that wheel and just fishtail it around. It's super fun. Oh man, I think people are like, man, we have like really unsafe employees.
What's funny, some of the folks we support with for flying, that like get to know us personally, they're like, wow, you guys are just normal, just like us. We're like, yeah, because like they see us in the airplane environment, they're like, oh, you guys are so strict, so serious, you guys get the job done, you guys are very professional at what you're doing. But then like they get to see the off work, like, oh no, you guys are just normal human being and you guys enjoy the same activities we enjoy.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's also really cool. Well, I was going to ask also, like, because it takes time to actually become fully operational.
Yeah.
Star Wars reference there.
Nice.
Like, were you guys involved in any other ministries while you were out there establishing base? What did like, I guess like day-to-day life look like in a ministry context for you?
Yeah. I was doing language school during that time. So that preoccupied a lot of my day, which I really enjoyed because I have some French language background. So that really helped with getting the Creole. But also I was doing some interviews for MAF Canada. They were doing like a Women of Aviation Week.
Cool.
Series, and I really appreciated the opportunity to talk from Haiti and be able to say, hey, this is why we're here, and kind of, I guess, bring awareness to the ministry and the importance of it. And in addition, once things started to get less secure, we were able to host some missionary friends who wanted to move a little farther away from Mirabelais. So even though,
that's great.
I wish we could help more people, it was kind of like, hey, we can do this for a family or, a couple people. And that was a blessing to feel like, hey, we're doing something.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, when you have opportunities that God presents to you and it's like you seize those.
Yeah.
This may seem like a small thing, but actually it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So it's cool that you recognize that.
I would say mainly during that time, though, I was a learner. So learning the culture and everything. And
But the thing, though, she was a great learner. Like she did amazing. I was thoroughly impressed by how well she adapted to the culture and whatnot.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Because during that time, I was obviously trying to work. My hands were a bit full with the airplane maintenance because we didn't have a hangar. So I had to like work on the airplanes outside and kind of get them up to the MF standard. But also being Haitian allowed me to work with the Haitian government to get all the papers back in for the MF Haiti program in terms of the maintenance side of things. And I would say my neatest ministry opportunity was in that work, working with the Haitian government there, because one of our planes, like HH Fly, the one I flew back last year, we had to leave it in Cap Haitian, which is the furthest northern city from us. And it's the second biggest city. I'm in Haiti. And so we left it up there where the government could come and do the inspection. It has an international airport there. And I had like worked with them and kind of scheduled this thing that they've never done. They've never done like doing an inspection of an airplane outside of Port-au-Prince. And so we got them up there and I was planning on driving up there. But about halfway through, I noticed like a couple trucks were parked and I asked the driver, like, what's wrong? He's like, the road's been blocked. I'm like, but I was just on this road last week. And I like hopped on a motorcycle and went and the road was blocked due to mud. And coming back, I counted about 121 or 122 trucks parked. I'm like, whoa, this is a major roadblock. But thankfully I was able to hop on MFI, Missionary Flight International, and get up there. But because of that roadblock, it allowed me to get stuck up in Cap Haitian with them. And because of that stuck, it allowed me to just connect with them in a deeper way in a sense. And because I'm Haitian, they were like able to open up to me. They were able to talk about some of their personal life problems, and they were able to see MAF from like a Haitian angle. That they're like, wow, we've never heard of MAF from that perspective.
That's cool.
Because there's with like anything in life, you could always have multiple perspective.
Sure.
And so it's very neat to be able to be stuck up there with them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
in a sense,
you do have a unique story. And so when you can talk to them face to face as a fellow Haitian, it gives you a really unique opportunity for people to like listen to you. Yeah. So that's really cool. That's awesome. What has been, God was with you guys through the transition from having to evacuate, and now even being here at headquarters and trying to figure out, reassignment and everything like that. How has God shown himself in the transitions in your guys' lives?
I think he's been like really faithful throughout. Like even with like, I know I've felt at times a feeling of a lack of control. I think of when we were evacuating, and like in the last week I got malaria as well. Oh, I was just like, this is terrible timing. But just how like everything worked out, and like even with our wedding planning, where everything's been kind of chaotic and we've moved around a lot, and it's like everything's still coming together. I just really see God's care and provision, and I think that's really deepened my personal faith. Just to know that, hey, when maybe I can't step up to the plate, I know God's there to take care of things.
Yeah.
I think of, I'm not good with verse references, but
sure.
The Bible talks about God being strong in our weaknesses.
Yes.
And I feel like I've really been able to see that.
That's cool.
And that gives me peace too with us leaving Haiti, because even though we're not able to be there, God took care of me when I maybe wasn't able to do much. I know God can take care of the people there that are.
Is there something that specifically that comes to mind that like, oh, I could see how God cared for me in this way by this happening, or like he did this thing for me?
Naples.
Yeah.
So after we evacuated, obviously a lot of the evac was like last minute stuff. Once we got to Florida, I reached out to a good pastor friend of mine who planted the church that I attended when I was in Michigan for flight training, and he lives in Naples, Florida, and he was able to host the both of us. Gave us all this beach equipment, and just the food, the care, the love we had so there, awesome. And just we were able to just have a time of like relaxing and reflecting. I think that was like just so huge, seeing that just out of the blue and so last minute. So
that's really cool. And I love when you hear stories like this where the body of Christ comes around, right? Like, and it's almost kind of like this this old school like prayer chain type thing. I don't know if this is something you guys experienced in earlier in your lives, but like there was these things called prayer chains where you would like someone would call one person and they would give them a prayer request, and then like that person would have like the next person on the list, and they would call that person, and then so on and so forth. They call it a prayer chain. Like this is old school telephone type stuff.
Sweet.
But like it reminds me of that kind of thing where it's like, hey, I know someone who has a home in this place that we can host this family that's evacuating from their country. Let's call them, and then that person's like, oh yeah, totally. That home is open. Like, you know what? I also have a friend that has some beach stuff. I don't know. Like this is not exactly your example, but like, and it's just like, let's just try to call as many people as possible to see if we can come around. A family that's evacuating. That's just so cool. I love it.
And I'd like just met them too, and they felt like they welcomed me in his family, and Zach had told them it was my birthday, so they like had something for me and everything. It was just really sweet, especially since we didn't really have people around us. Like we had just left our community. So
was it really your birthday though, or is it?
It was.
Okay. It's just, let's see what we can get from these people. For their birthdays.
You're like, was it? we go and visit again. Wasn't your birthday in a different month? No, really, it's her birthday. Yeah.
3 months ago? That's really funny. I love it.
It was really special.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad to hear that you guys really felt cared for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts or anything that kind of centers around this? Oh, I do want to say, I probably should ask, like, this isn't the end for the Haiti program.
No.
Okay. So is there like plans or like looking forward into the future about reestablishing there?
Yeah. So looking forward. So when we evac, we didn't like sell anything or like get rid of anything. Kind of like consolidate everything on like the campus. Kind of lock. Just like put the keys behind stuff. There's like 2 houses that were in the process of being almost finished. MAF is still finishing these houses. Everything is still like in a state where like you could come back and like pick it up. Continue what MAF has decided is that we take a 2-year pause, and the reason for the 2-year pause is it allows the Haiti team to be able to go to a different program and mentally be like, okay, I'm here for 2 years, and like have that stability for that 2 years versus like maybe tomorrow. But that doesn't mean that if something changed drastically in Haiti tomorrow, that MAF wouldn't open the conversation about, okay, let's relook at reopening up the program in the next few months, something like that. So the plan is 2 years. After 2 years, they'll reevaluate the state of the country and kind of see where the staff is at and see who would be willing to return again. I think most, if not all, the staff is like thinking the same way we're both thinking. Like after 2 years, Lord willing, we'll be able to go back. Cool. A lot of families, some families didn't pack some of their stuff. They like kind of like put a plastic over it, unplug the TV, the fridge. You're like, okay, we'll be back.
That's cool, and I love that because it really does show the hearts of the people who are on that team. We're, we hope and pray that this is God's will, that we'll be back in 2 years. And if it doesn't happen, and maybe it'll be 3 years,
maybe 3 years or 4 years.
Our hearts are still for these people.
Like the other day we were talking about how much of a blessing this is, being able to go to a different program after being in MAF and be there for like a year, 2 years, or 3 years even, and kind of learn some other skills that those programs have acquired and kind of take that and be able to put that in our bag and kind of bring that back with us and be like, hey, this is what we learned from this program. Hey, this is what we learned from this program. How can we improve our own program from that? So it is a huge blessing opportunity for us.
That's great. I love it. And I mean, you guys, this is a really hard thing. And, God's caring for you. And a couple months ago, we had Marion on the podcast, and she talked about some really hard things. But God gives grace. I think I'm really bad with Bible references too. Marion was amazing. She was just like, this Bible verse says this, and this Bible verse says this, and I'm like, sure, okay. But I will say that one of them stuck with me is that like God gives us increasing grace so that we in turn can give that grace to another person who needs it, right? And hoping and praying that like this really hard thing that you guys had to experience, God's giving you grace so that when the time comes that if something happens in a different part of life, and someone in your community is experiencing that too, you can help. Like God will provide care for them through you, and that's a really neat opportunity that you guys can have as well. But not to diminish like the hard, like having to navigate that the hardship, and that can be really really tough. So
totally.
Well, and it's, I mean, I imagine MAF has been really great in that care as well to make sure you guys are well cared for in your hearts and in your minds, and
phenomenal would be the word I would say.
Really,
definitely.
That's awesome to hear. I love to hear that. That's awesome. I want to ask, like, Zach, I mean, that's your home.
That's home, yeah.
Like, do you have plans? Or are you able to visit family?
Yes. So outside of the MF umbrella per se, I could still go into Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
The reason is being Haitian allows me to just blend in just fine, and having friends throughout throughout Port-au-Prince, and I'm Cap Haitian that are in some of the different sectors in terms of aviation, security, and whatnot, would allow me to safely go and see my family and whatnot. Just
that's cool. Well, I mean, you guys mentioned a wedding that's coming up. We will get to that. But I do, now that we're kind of like in a little bit in this, like, can you visit like Haiti? And you mentioned because you're Haitian that it's you can go a little bit incognito. Like, how is that, Deb? How is that going to work if you, like, for the two of you, if you wanted to go with him to visit his family or anything? Would that be okay, or is that something that maybe you have to wait on?
Yeah, we've kind of talked about options and things. We've talked about just going to like Cap Haitian, which is a northern coastal city, and having like his family meet us there.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We also talked about like, because you can take a helicopter to where his family lives. So like, could we take one of the helicopters in? Which like, it's kind of expensive, but yeah.
But it's a helicopter.
It's a helicopter, exactly. So yeah, we've kind of talked about things.
Okay, so there's options.
There's options for sure.
That's good.
We have to like pray about everything and stuff.
Yeah,
but we really do, like, our heart is that we want to go visit and see them. Good. So
and you said that you met Zach's mom. And that went well.
Yeah, she's so sweet. Yeah. Praise God. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so great. I love it. Let's segue into that. Unless is there anything that you wanted to cover about Haiti, the Haiti program, or anything that I might have missed, or before we move on?
I could think of.
It was cool. We got to ferry one of the airplanes out of Haiti together. So that was kind of a silver lining of the evacuation. It was interesting for me because that was my first kind of MAF flight outside of training. So I was like, hey, I can tell people I did fly in Haiti. It was only like 15 minutes, but
it was technically in Haiti for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
It was also my first international flight. So that was a really cool experience, and it was a blast to fly together. So
that's good. I'm glad that, like you said, silver lining and some of that. So that's cool. Oh yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's awesome.
Totally.
Okay, so we've been talking about how you guys are engaged, and there's an upcoming wedding and everything. But like, talk to us like how, like, where'd you guys meet and how did that all come down? Because it's not like Zach was in Haiti and then you were assigned to the Haiti program and then hey, how's it going? Like, it was before then, right? Like, you guys first met.
Yeah,
totally.
Actually, we knew of each other before. You knew of me before, but you could talk about that.
Yeah. I guess I first knew about Zach probably 2 years ago. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
When I was teaching at Prairie Aviation Training Center, some folks from the office came to come for flights. And a friend of mine's like, I really want to fly with Deb, so I took him up and stuff. And I had shared my heart for serving in Haiti. I hadn't been assigned yet, but I had kind of mentioned, hey, I think God's placed this country on my heart. And after the flight, he said, it was Steve Sugarman. Hi, Steve, if you're watching this.
I don't know who you are, Steve.
But yeah.
Thanks,
Great
Steve.
guy. Yeah. He was like, I totally support you if you want to serve in Haiti. I've been there a number of times and have some great friends from there. And look at this cool article about this Haitian pilot mechanic for MAF. And I remember looking at it and just being like super inspired. Like, I guess I love stories of people like rising above, and just the compassion I saw Zacharie had for his own people really struck me. And I was just like, wow, this is so cool. But like, I never thought I'd meet him or anything. And then when I was doing my support raising, I got a donation from Zacharie Francois.
What?
And I was like trying to remember who that was. And I was like, there's this, like, is that someone at my brother's church or something? So I like looked it up and I was like, oh no, that's that cool Haitian pilot. And so then I like wrote him a note and I didn't know he kept it because I was like, oh, thank you and everything. But so then, so I guess that's kind of how we knew about each other.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, Zach,
So the backstory behind that. someone had shared about this female pilot that was doing her support raising, and it was like shortly after I was done with my support raising, so I know how like the difficulty that went into it. I'm like, oh, there's this person my age, and she's a female pilot. We do not have female pilot currently flying in MAF US. Like, this is awesome. We need more of this out there.
Yeah,
like the little girls out there would love to see something like that. And again, knowing the difficulty that like came in with them, like, oh, let me just support her and whatnot. But I didn't realize we would cross paths because I saw she was MF Canada, and I didn't realize MF Canada utilizes MF US for some of their training. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just support this girl and I'll never see her again, and kind of like call it good, because kind of we need more people like that in MAF. So yeah. And I got the letter, and I still have that letter.
Yeah, did you guys like become pen pals at all or anything like that, or did you guys you just cross paths later down the road?
Yeah, then I came for training, and I guess he had seen on the housing schedule that I was gonna come, and he had like asked a mutual friend, hey, and then she was like, it was Marilyn. She's like, I know Deb, we went hiking together, and she's coming for her training, and so he had messaged me. So we like to joke around that we met in the parking lot, because we did. He was like, hey, I'd love to say hi. Well, before you go, he thought I was just here for a short time, and but then my time of training here was 3 months, and he was here for the whole time working on one of the Haiti planes that I was here.
Okay.
So
And so you guys were interacting quite a bit in the hangar, and
more like outside the hangar. So again, I was
okay.
So I was like here longer than intended, because there was more to do on the Haiti airplane before flying it back, which ended up being a blessing in a way. And so as I was working on like the plane, I would see her go by and kind of go flying, and we were talking. The reason why I said outside of the hangar is because that friend in common, the Goran Flows, we have one thing that we all share in common, which is we love movies. And I never thought I would find a girl that would like to watch Marvel in DC with me. I'm like, that's amazing. And around that time, John Gorenflow and I, we had just started doing all the Marvel series. We're like, we're going to watch every single one of them, which is a lot of movies.
It's a lot of movies. But I mean, they're all great.
Yeah, they're all great.
They're all entertaining. They're all entertaining.
Up until Endgame. And so I had told her about that, and she's like, yeah, I'd totally love to come. I'm like, wait, what? That's amazing. And so we were at the Gorenflows for like a couple times a week, and like became our hangout spot. And then in addition of like doing trips to like hot springs or hiking at the craters of the moon, restaurants, we like food a lot, so we did a lot of restaurants and whatnot. Go-karting. She took me rock climbing.
So is this like, are these dates now, or are these like we just hang out a lot? We're just hanging out because we're buddies?
They were dates. We kind of like fairly straight off the bat kind of like hang out with each other. We're like, wow, we like click. And our shared love for like what MAF does kind of brought us even closer together. But during all this time, she was assigned to Ecuador.
Yeah.
So there was a problem.
That was kind of like the dark cloud. Not that Ecuador was a bad place, but it was like...
It was just like, we like each other, but we're not going to say that we do. Is that how that was? And because
we kind of
did though.
Like, well...
But at the same time, we're like, and then out of the blue for me, at least, they like called her into meeting, and I'll never forget. She was like, yeah, they want to have a meeting with me, and you're like mentioning who's in the meeting. And again, I've been in MAF for a bit. So I'm like, that's not a small meeting, man. Those are big names. And then she like came out of the meeting and was like, I'm reassigned to Haiti. I'm like, well, thanks God. Really appreciate that. I'll take that blessing.
God provides.
Yes.
So it was really funny because I guess when you guys were like officially a couple or something, Deb, like I like ran into Deb around the office, and she's like, yeah, like Zach and I are like seeing each other, we're like dating now. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? And I'm like, wait, aren't you? So then like that whole thing, like, aren't you going to Ecuador? And she's like, no, I got reassigned to Haiti. I'm like, so like the running joke is like, oh man, like Zach stole Deb from the Haiti, from the Ecuador program.
Yeah. It's funny. Last year, no, it was this year. I was here for SQS and MIS, and I bumped into the program director of Ecuador. He's like, "So, I think you owe me a dinner."
Yeah, I know, right? I said, Zach, I saw you later, and I was like, after Deb told me, I saw you later. I'm like, you cannot pursue Deb. Okay, she just got assigned to Ecuador, and they need pilots. Like, how dare you? It was really funny.
Yeah, I think Marilyn was like, "What did you do?" I was like, "You didn't do anything, did you?" Like,
no, it obviously like it's been so cool to hear about that, and I was so excited for the both of you to find that out.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but you guys like to do all sorts of different fun things, outdoorsy things, which is really fun. I didn't know that you guys were doing all sorts of different things. So because I was gonna ask like, hey, what kind of things do you guys like to do together? But I will ask, like, what is something that you guys? Wow, that was unpleasant.
That was an attack.
Yeah, seriously. What are some things, for those who are not watching, a fly just like attacked me, for those who are listening on audio only. What are some things that you guys like to like about each other, or find that's a bad way of asking that question. What is one thing that you guys really love about each other is probably a better way of asking that question.
I love how like full of life and hope Zach is. I find it really, it's just amazing. Like, it kind of doesn't matter what's going on. Like, he always has this hope and faith, and that also translates to he's really fun to be around and bubbly and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
debatable.
He's just a blast.
Debatable. That's not debatable, Zach. I mean,
yeah. I think that's really strengthened my faith, just seeing him, you know. And he's like a huge, I guess, rock in my life. So,
no.
Yeah.
Zach, you're too humble. It's I will affirm what you just said. I think you have a very like just a positive outlook on life, and I think that is like because you're so grounded in your faith in Christ that you can look at things. I mean, not with like this naive perspective, but definitely one that's like Christ is King. So I can live life with that hope in all circumstances. So it's cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Definitely.
Deborah, like straight off the bat, she I don't know how to best say it. She has this love for humanity that is just so unique and just so profound that she cares about every single person, no matter what they've been through, who they are. It's like she just loves them and cares for them. It almost feels like how like Christ crossed the sea to save that one person. It almost feels that type of love.
Wow.
And
thank you. That's so nice.
That's the first time I ever heard that. That's great.
And it's just so unique, and it brings hope in times of difficulty. Try not to tear up here because you're tearing up. It like brings hope in.
Is there Kleenex?
Oh, sorry.
Just the hope that it brings, because we live in a world that has a lot of hope in it, but at the same time it has a lot of darkness in it. And to know that there are people like Deborah out there that loves humanity to that level kind of gives you that strength to wake up in the morning and say, okay, I could do this. I could take the next step. I could face whatever I'm going to be facing. And so that's like,
that's awesome.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. And like, I think one of the neat things to hear about both those things is that like you both are going to enter a marriage with those things, to look at each other and be inspired by a hopeful demeanor about life in all circumstances, a love for humanity that is unique that you guys can see every day with each other. That's so cool. That's awesome. So when is the wedding? When is it happening?
Yeah, October 4th.
Okay. So like, oh man, that's
around the corner.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Holy cow! Oh boy. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. It's like you guys are busy.
Yeah.
But that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, I probably so now like I love talking about this kind of stuff. I'm kind of like a closet rom-com fan. So like this is like
you're not the only one. Oh, count me in.
Yeah, you guys can be best friends.
Yes. No, but I gotta ask, like, is there how is the proposal story? Like, what that
amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he did such a great job. Oh my goodness. It was like, I was like, is this even real? Like, it was so nice. But like, it was also crazy though, because we had so on Good Friday, they called us into a meeting and they were like, okay, we're evacuating. We're like, oh man. So then we're like, okay, let's go to Cap Haitian, because we were planning on going to Cap Haitian. So, and that was where he proposed to me. So it was like a lot of emotional ups and downs.
Yeah.
But like
the proposal being an up to
up,
clarify.
yes, that's right.
Okay.
To clarify, the evacuation is down, the proposal up. That's awesome. And yeah, so then he proposed to me Easter Sunday, and I guess this might sound like, to me, I thought of like just Good Friday and Easter, kind of like, the new beginning in Christ, I guess. That really struck me with the days that fell on. But we went up with like team members to Cap Haitian, and he took me to this island that was like this beautiful Caribbean island in the middle of nowhere, and you had to like know the right guy with the right boat and be able to speak Creole, and the boat ride was fun for me. Zach was like holding on
when the waves were like above us. I'm like, I don't know about this anymore.
I thought you were gonna say you were so nervous about asking her that, like.
Well, thankfully, I was not planning on asking on the island. I think that would have made it a little bit more stressful.
Yeah,
it's like, don't drop the ring in the boat. Anyways, so we went to this island. It was beautiful, just gorgeous. And then the next day, we drove up to Fort Liberté, which is on the northern coast, closer to the DR, and it was just this beautiful. Like ancient ruins with like the waves crashing on the jagged shoreline and the wind blowing, and he's got like music and like this nice speech prepared, and gets on his knee and presents this beautiful ring, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe this is my life.
Well done, Zach. Yes. Well done. That's great. I love it. So.
Just the amount of thought he put into it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I mean,
a lot of intentionality.
Those who know Zach, we know that, like, that makes sense. You put that much thought into it. You're just that kind of guy that will.
She's also special, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to
Thank
both
you.
of you. That's
so
cool. Thanks for, thanks for just coming on and talking about all the things where it's like things are heavy and things that are joyful, and like talk about a lot of the ups and downs and roller coasters. It can, like, this podcast episode can feel a little bit like that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys being willing to do that. But before we wrap up, I probably should ask, is there anything else you guys wanted to bring up or talk about?
Yeah, so we've been reassigned to Lesotho.
Oh yes, I am so sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Like next steps for you guys.
So we're talking about sometime early, middle January-ish.
Cool.
We'll be heading out to Lesotho, and it's a 2-year assignment, of course, for the 2-year Haiti thing. And we're very looking forward to that. It's different from Haiti in a way, but at the same time, God loves everyone out there, and we're all his people.
Totally.
And I think it's even more unique to be able to serve him in a different country, because like when you're set in stone in like one country, this is where I'm serving you. I know, like for me, I'm flawed. I could like sometimes think like those are the people that God loves that I'm serving over here, but being able to go somewhere else and serve, in a program like Lesotho, which is just so unique in the MF world with all the challenging airships they have.
Yeah.
And then having a maintenance program that's only national staff over there, and being a national staff myself kind of like brings my heart some joy to be able to be a part of that ministry and kind of serve alongside them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the flying. Like, it looks really cool. I like mountain flying.
Yeah.
And just the ministry, I think, is really neat. How it's a combination of working with Lesotho flying pastors to allow discipleship to happen in very remote, isolated areas, and working with supporting clinics
Yes.
and doing medical flights. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're the only medical transportation for those isolated areas. And a lot of our flights, which I'm really looking forward to, are for pregnant women who are giving birth. Lesotho has some of the highest rates of HIV in Africa. So if we're able to transport moms giving birth, they're able to get treatment that makes it so that HIV isn't transmitted to their child. So that kind of work just seems really cool to me. I think we average about 9
8 to 9. Yep.
Yeah, like life or death flights in a month.
Yeah. No pressure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it's cool, you know. I think one of the hard things about leaving Haiti was not being able to make an impact and to move to a place where the work really can help improve people's lives is neat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where, like you guys were saying, like people need the airplane in all parts of the world. And the flavor of that might be a little different here and there. But the airplane is so effective in so many places that and we need people like you guys out there. So thanks for all you do, and praise God for giving you guys the love for aviation, and for His word, and for people who don't know Him, so that you guys can go out there. It's just so cool. I love it. And Lesotho is a great team too. You guys are gonna really. I'm excited for you guys because I mean, some of my closest friends are people that I've met in the Lesotho program. So,
Sweet.
And also, I did give you that mug, Zach.
I
pulled that mug out specifically because they gifted that to me while I was there last year.
Nice.
And
is that your Sesotho name?
That's my Sesotho name. They gave me a Sesotho name, and then they put it on a mug. I was like, and I got to take it home. It was great. And so,
That's awesome.
you will get a Sesotho name.
Sweet.
They gave me a really nice one. It means faith.
Oh,
the word's
wow.
Dumelo, and it means faith.
Nice.
But I know that some people get one. I mean, they're not like mean names or anything, but
Yeah.
I think
fun names.
they're fun names. I think Joe Adams, who's over there right now, I think they gave him the name. I don't know the word, but it means like fast one or someone who moves around quickly.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that makes sense. Like,
I can see
Joe
that,
Adams.
actually.
So,
Yeah.
And so, Joe, I apologize for kind of throwing you under the bus there. If you're listening to this.
And in the blankets.
Yeah, and the blankets. And
Yes.
so
I'm looking forward to the blankets. A lot of times in winter in Canada, I wish I could wear a blanket and like, I don't know, their clothing just looks really like warm and
it is. I brought back blankets.
Yeah.
We have them in our house and we
Nice.
use them all the time.
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah, my kids have stolen them and put them on their beds, and so I rarely
Solid.
use them.
I
So
love
I'm
them.
like, cool. I will say that I just want to commend you guys for being so open to being reassigned somewhere else. Like when you invest so much time and emotion and your heart into a people and a program and not actually flying and being frustrated with that. You're like, no, there's other people who are in need. We can play a part in meeting those needs somewhere else. Like, so and that can be hard to transition. And so I think that's probably a testament to who you guys are and how MAF cares for their employees and your faithfulness to God and your faith in God. So, and His faithfulness to you. So it's just really great. But
Yeah.
I was gonna wrap it up, but you guys talked about movies. You talked about Marvel and DC, and I know we're a little long, but I guess we gotta spend time to talk about the movies. Okay, so first thing, like, what is one of your favorite Marvel movies?
Ooh, Captain America.
The first one?
The first one.
The first
Always.
Avenger?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The first Avenger.
I really like Thor Ragnarok, but we differ.
I love how those are like two very polarizing movies. Well, you gotta tell me
funny.
what are things that you like about those movies?
Just the way Cap is and how much he likes people and like care and like his character and what he was willing to do to save his friend. I'm like, yeah, that is my guy. And he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like the Shield.
Yeah, and the Shield too. It's great. Like, he's very uncompromising in his principles and his and in his principles.
And I'm more of a serious Stone movie guy.
Yeah.
If it's serious, it's like down to earth, like action comedy. Straight comedy is not my thing. That's why I throw Ragnarok.
Oh man, dude, Deb! Wow.
I know.
You really want to throw your hat in with this guy, huh? Trash talking Ragnarok.
It's all healthy banter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, so why do you like Thor Ragnarok?
Well, I like it because like a lot of the superhero movies are really serious, and it was kind of like a bit of a shift at that point. I don't like when they're too silly. Like it's kind of like, okay, let's get back to the serious bit, or like I like when they have good values, but it was just, I don't know, Thor's kind of this like mighty figure and stuff, and then it kind of showed him in a comical light, which I just found really kind of entertaining. But also it was still had its like serious parts, and like I love the kind of the relationship between him and his brother, you know, how they have the banter and like I thought it was a blast.
I love the comic book, like a whole thing. Like grew up with comic books, like the X-Men comic books and all this stuff. People are like, guys, if you're still here listening to this and watching this, I commend you. Like, I commend you. But I have to talk about it. So just bear with me. So like the first two Thor movies, like they're okay. Yeah. Like, you know, like they were trying to kind of go into that same vein of like Captain America and like Iron Man. But like it's Thor, and he's like, it's already kind of like this, like literally outside of like out of this world character. It just didn't seem to like really fit that tone.
Totally.
So like, you know what? Thor Ragnarok, let's just embrace the absurdity that this guy is like,
exactly.
a demigod or whatever. And like let's not take him too seriously, because he's already kind of a character that's hard to relate to in that way. And so they did. I mean, I think that like saved his like that storyline. Like
I think
Thor Ragnarok definitely saved it.
Yeah.
And so I mean, like Thor Ragnarok's like one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
And like that's the thing. Captain America, the first Avenger one. I absolutely love that movie.
Yeah.
Everything that stands for was right, and like it like tugs on the heartstrings in a way that like I think like Christians should, you know, like he even in his like darkest moments in that movie, like as Captain America, he's like this overpowered dude, right? Like he's like, this is like the one time I'm trying to get drunk and I can't. Like my body is just not allowing me to. And like that's the closest he gets, right? To compromising his principles. And I think that's just like one of those really neat things about who he is as a character. It's like he always stands up for what is right. And I love that. I love it more than Thor Ragnarok, but I do love
Fair enough.
Thor Ragnarok.
She did get me into the Star Wars.
Yes.
So her family's big into Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
you've been thoroughly indoctrinated.
Yeah. Oh man, we'll see. Well, we gotta talk about. No, I'm just kidding. We could talk about that too, but that might be.
That's a whole other segue.
Yeah. But the Marvel movies and all that stuff has been like it's just been such a joy, and I think. Like you said, like you mentioned earlier, like everything up until Endgame, like was amazing,
solid.
Like I remember when that first Avengers movie came out. And like that movie ended, like I was like near tears because it was just we had been waiting for a comic book movie like this for so long. And it was, to me, I thought it was just so well done that
seriously,
I was like, oh, I feel vindicated, like a little bit, being like the nerdy kid who loved comic books in the 90s that no one knew about who the X-Men were and like why you read those things. And then now it's like the Avengers are so cool because like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man and like we have all these awesome actors playing these incredible superheroes, and like I'm like yes, I'm cool now. It just took like 20 something years to happen. Oh man. So okay. Now we can wrap it up. So unless you guys want to share a little bit more about your geekiness with movies. I'm just kidding. We'll do that off
another
air.
episode.
Yeah, another episode. Should we just do another one? Oh man, I love it. Because I was gonna ask about like, did you guys see the new Superman movie? But like,
yeah, that's a whole other segue.
So good. Okay, I'm ranting, guys. Again, if you're still here, I thank you for that. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, maybe just block out the whole comic book part.
Yeah.
And leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can always email us at podcast@maf.org. And you can always watch more episodes on our website, maf.org/podcast. And thanks again for watching or listening. Deb and Zach, thanks again for being on here. And man, super excited for you guys. And congratulations again. And we'll hopefully, maybe I should go to Lesotho again.
Totally.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Movie night.
Push for it. Movie night, Lesotho.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We should. Guys, thanks again. We'll see you guys. We'll see you in the next episode.